Hello, my name is Martin and this is Excel Maker's YouTube channel. In today's video we will show how to use and maybe explain why to use pivot tables. Pivot tables are an important tool and very powerful tool which you can find in Excel. And with this tool you can manipulate with data, you can summarize them, you can make some counts, or you can find minimum maximum in your data. As you can see, we have prepared some table. In this table, it is very simple. We have three columns with city, period, and sales, and with some records below it. Yeah, in total, we have records for 4 cities, and we have records about sales in these cities. We have also detail to period when the sales incurred. And what we would like to do with this? I would like to use pivot table to show the sales by months in one table. It would be fine to see it in one line and so on. So how to do it? When you click anywhere in the data, or you can also select all data, but it is not needed. Just click somewhere and go to the tab Insert. And here the first function is pivot table. So when you click on it, you can see that dialog window was opened, and automatically in table range for pivot table is automatically selected for data when we was there. It is automatically done when you are standing in some area of data. Automatically all area of this data is selected for pivot table. As next, we can also select if or where we would like to locate this pivot table. We can select new worksheet. When you select this function, automatically new worksheet is added. And in this new worksheet is the pivot table located. Or the second option is to put the new pivot table to existing worksheet. So existing worksheet is fine for me. Why not? It is enough space here. So when I select existing worksheet and location, maybe H3 is perfect location, and I just click OK. Why not? You can see next dialog window, but I promise that this is last dialog window we see, at least for pivot tables. And also you can see in the right, there is some menu which calls pivot table fields. And you can see that we have already see here the city period sales from our source table. And maybe just quickly explanation. When you see somewhere fields, very often or practically all time it is the column in the source table. So when you say column or when you say field, it is quite the same. So don't worry about it. Yeah, and back to the pivot table fields menu. And with these three fields, with these three columns, you can move it to these white squares. For example, when you take city, you can move it to the rows. Yeah, and now you can see we have at least some table. Yeah, we have table with 4 rows with unique values for city. Yeah, you can see that, for example, Prague is 3 times here, but in the pivot tables we can see only unique values. So, and maybe it would be fine also to add cells, for example, to values. And you can see now the table. We have in the first column we have cities, in the second column we have sum of sales. And what is important is that by default, every time when you create a pivot table and you put some numbers to the values, automatically is a function sum used. You can easily change it when you double click on the header. You can see that you can change the sum function also for count, for average, maximum, minimum, product, some standard deviation, variance, and so on. So for example, we can change it to average. Yeah, and now you don't have the sum of sales for 3 periods for by cities, but we have average of sales based on 3 periods we have in source table by cities. Yeah, and practically both of these information are very useful. Yeah, because I like the the sum of sales, but it would be fine also to see average. For example, when you have some seasonal trend there, it would be fine to average all months because or all periods, because it could happen that just one period was very beneficial, but others not. So yeah, so both of these functions are fine for the same purpose. It would be also fine to have standard deviation or something like that, but this is for another video. Let's back to the sum, and what we can do is also to use field period for something. And what I can do is take period and put it to columns. Yeah, and now you can see we have a nice table with the cities in the first column, and details to sales by months in the line next to him. Yeah, and you can see that it is much more beautiful than in the source table. And as I promised in the beginning, we can also manipulate with this table. For example, what I can do is take period and put it to the rows. Yeah, and now you can see that the orientation of the table is changed, but it shows the same data, of course, because we didn't change anything in the source data. What we can also do is use the square filters. When I click or when I take period and put it to the filters, now we can see the sales for all periods. But when I click to the filter and maybe select just one period, yeah, now you can see only the sales for one period. Okay, so let's put it back all 3 periods. And as last, we can show how to adjust the format in the table. Because you can see we don't have separated thousands. Yeah, in the source we have separated thousand and it looks nice. And in the pivot table we don't have. When you go to the pivot table fields, to the values, and when you click on this arrow, we have value field settings here. So when you open it, here in the left bottom is number format. Here we have number, use thousand separator. Actually, we don't need decimal places, so decimal places could be 0. I ticked use thousand separator and click OK one more time. Yeah, and now you can see that thousands are separated. So this was this is everything for today's video. I hope you like it. If you like it, click subscribe on our channel, and I'm looking forward to you in the next videos. Thanks you and bye.